What's up, y'all? Happy Friday. I want to do a little walkthrough of this audio-reactive effect that I built for AAVJ. It's glitchy, it's fun, it's of course audio-reactive. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at it. Okay, so this effect name, it's Switch Glitch, which you can see in our little thumbnail here in AAVJ. So let's take a look at what it looks like. Cool. So here's all of our parameters pulled out here. Everything is named exactly like it would be in the node if you were looking at the network for it, which we can do a little bit of a side-by-side here. So turn off backdrop tops here. So if we're looking at our parameters here, all the headings are going to be the actual names of the nodes in the network. So if we look here, like blur 1 is going to be blur 1 in our network. And you can see we have our pre-shrink and our filter size, level 2, brightness. We can see that here. Limit 1, we have our position step and our position offset. Giving us this pixelated look. So that'll be limit 1, limit 2, all those parameters, so on and so forth, all the way down. And you have a lot of control here. So as you can see, there's a lot happening in this network coming into each switch. So basically, we're just taking our input scene and manipulating it in a few different ways. Like, we've got a flip here, transform, another transform, a tile, just to give us some different looks. And all of those are going to be put into our switch here, which is being, flipped between all those different options with a noise. And then again, some more different looks here, just that output directly from the switch. 2 different tiles, 2 different limits. So you can see this is our output straight from the switch that's being modified with the random noise. Tile, another tile with a different look. We have our 2 pixelated limits, and our audio reaction comes in here in this switch. So this switch is taking whatever our input is and taking the value of our highest peak, running it through MathChop, and then putting it right on our switch here. So when we have some music on, we'll see what that switch looks like here. So you can see how that was getting modified there. We've got our level and our blur, and then those are layered on top of each other in this comp, where gives us that kind of like, dreamy, blurry, I guess, for lack of I kind of describe it as the feeling of like what you're seeing when you're about to like pass out or you're feeling kind of woozy. It feels almost kind of dreamlike. Got some RGBA delay, RGBA blur, and then this level is just upping the brightness. So quick view of what that network looks like. Go ahead and turn these viewers back off. And yeah, so we have all of our parameters pulled out here, and I'll show you what some of them do. So our blur 1 is going to just give us more of that dreamlike look. So a little blurrier, a little more blown out. Brightness, this is our overall brightness, so you can really, really turn that up. Limit 1. So you can play with what you want that tile size to look like there. Same thing down here. Okay, let's look at the network just so we can get a better look at that. what's happening there. So we've got our limit 1. We can increase or decrease those tile sizes there. Limit 2, same thing, increase, decrease, move that position step around. You can do some fun stuff like even animating this with ABS time.seconds. Did I even? And it'll move that around. So that look will be thrown into the switch. Then we've got our RGBA delay. That's exactly what it sounds like. So we can really bring that up and give it that almost like 3D glasses effect. You can pick one color up a little higher than the other. Turn it down. Ooh, that's neat. We have our dry wet here, so can play around with how much is actually going to be applied of that effect. And same thing here with our RGBA blur. I have just the red on right now, but we can blur it out a little bit. We can bring in some green and make it a little bit sparkly. And then if we bring in the filter size, it'll blur it out and almost give it more of a dreamlike look. Same thing, we can bring in the blue. You have your master filter size, or not filter size, but just like effect dry wet here. Down here, these are our options for tiling. We have 3 different tiles in there just to give us some different looks. So can start like overlapping some of these guys, of course, like reflecting, changing up how many are actually being tiled if you don't want so much of a busy look here. Same thing down here with tile 2 and tile 3. And then we get down to our transforms. So transforms, we can also do some ABS time.seconds type stuff. Oops. And I think that's really neat, especially when you have 2 going, like each rotate going on a different interval and at a different direction. So I think that can create some really cool dreamlike, more like portal suck you in effects. Animate things like your translates. That's really zoom in. Man, that's really zoom in too. Okay, that's okay, but you see what I mean there. Can have some really cool control options with that. So yeah, and that with all of the audio reaction, I think you can really create some cool moments of being able to hit a bunch of different beats, hitting all your snares, all your claps, all of your bass wobbles. Coupled with that audio reaction, you can have some really cool, intricate moments and different looks and, things like that while you're playing live. So I'm really stoked on how this turned out. I've been working on it for a little while, so I'm really excited to be able to share it with everybody. So yeah. I'm super stoked to share the spec with y'all. You can find it at my Patreon, which will be linked below.
And yeah,
it's currently one of my favorite effects to play live, just because there's so many different options with the different looks that you can create with it. I've used it for creating pieces of promo, and other stuff like that. So there's a lot that you can do with it. And yeah, so I'm excited for y'all to check it out. And thanks for hanging out with me today, and have a happy Friday. Bye.